All right, guys, we'll take this opportunity to welcome everybody to the Friday live stream. It is 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the quickest 60 minutes on YouTube. No doubt, I look forward to this. This is where I get to be in my element, talking about my absolute favorite topic. I'm evolving just like you guys are stand by just a sec. Fantastic. Just like to welcome everybody. I've been building the project up this week, especially hard. You guys see what happens when I go on a little bit of a break and get re-energized on this topic. There's a very, very simple and important reason why I do that. It's because everything that people tune in to hear, whether it be a little bit of motivation, maybe it be in one word, something that they need to do to clean up their approach to wealth building for themselves. And make no mistake, that's exactly what this is about. If you're searching for something in the investment arena or the wealth building arena or the financial stewardship arena, whether it be with a budget or whether it be with maybe putting a little more discipline surrounding your spending habits, you can get that here. But we throw those topics out there rapid fire, and I try to do a good job of delivering the discussion in a lot of different ways. So when you pick something up that you can really resonate with, take it, put it in your back pocket, use it. Okay. What we're growing here is a community of ambassadors of self-directed investors in no short order. But let me be first to say that each and every one of you guys are just so different. And I'm having such a great time in layering up on the opportunity that we offer through the Independent Investor channel, through the multiple social media opportunities. The timing was right on that. I feel so good about it. Here, just shy of 25,000 subscribers on the channel. It was absolutely the right time to go ahead and add that cutting edge opportunity to let a select few into our closed group. I'm going to be a little bit more scrutinizing with regard to the activity within the Facebook group. I'm going to be a little bit more active in the Facebook group. Historically, over the last couple of years, my administrators, Jared Odell and some of these other folks, Ernest, have really helped me, as well as Raymond. Those guys, man, they have absolutely built that group. And I was on a meeting yesterday with a new startup. It's Kevin O'Leary's startup called Beanstocks. It's publicly available. You can go check it out if you want to. But it was amazing to me how much awareness we're looking to draw to the investing topic. And it really just dawned on me recently with finishing up my most current book that both irritated me and educated me a little bit, seemingly talking about the failure rate of individual investors. Seemingly everybody is going to fail. You don't have the knowledge necessary to invest and succeed in investing. You can invest, but you're going to fail. Okay. And I think one of those common themes that unfortunately the industry as a whole is really trying to push out there through propaganda, in my opinion, is that idea that you can't participate in the stock market and succeed in it long term. Well, what it really comes down to is when we're in times like this, where the stock market is euphoric, okay? And you've got Apple at 38 times. You've got Tesla going to the moon every day. It's fun to watch. I think the idea is to initiate discipline, watch it if you may, invest in it if that's what you want, trade it like I did this week, made a cool grand, whatever, I'm out. That's fine. There's no emotion for me in investing. I've done it many times over. It's not that big of a deal. The question is, do I want to hold a company like that long term? And the decisions are a lot easier for me to make now because I have fine-tuned my philosophy over the years. And that's really what I hope to impart to you guys, is that defining your own individual, personalized investing philosophy, it doesn't have to replicate mine in the least bit. You have to work really hard to make this thing your own. You really do. And you have to work really hard to define what it is that you want out of investing, how you want to make it yours, We talk about some of the common themes. This is not a physical fitness channel. Okay. This is not a diet channel, nor is this a spiritual enlightenment channel. Okay. You come here for basic principles and fundamental approaches to the stock market that I do insist can work for all people. And contrary to what is believed in the industry is that people are incapable of determining that on their own. Okay. Case in point, robo advisories now, Betterment, Wealthfront, I think is another one. And then Beanstalks I've already mentioned. So trying to come out and take away from the personalized aspect of investing, going through the deliberation of answering some Q&A and understanding who in fact you are, what strategy is going to work for you, what your long-term goals are, and what your investing risk time horizon will look like. And evidently, we can cut out a cookie cutter portfolio for you that's going to work, and then you can remove yourself from the investing game altogether. Now, I want you to kind of think about that for a second, man. Is that really what we're striving for? Is to disconnect people from the market? I can tell you the one reason why I've had a few people come to me and they say, hey, we really like the robo advisory services, and here's why. I just don't have the time to devote to this. I want to put my program to sleep, to work for me while I'm out working. I want to have no interest whatsoever in that. And I want to make sure that that program is working for me. The problem with that doesn't rear its head when the market's doing good. The problem is when the market goes down. All right. And I'm going to speak some truth to you guys for just a few seconds. The YouTube landscape right now is fraught with euphoria. Fraught. Okay. Now, what's going to happen when the stock market decides to do what it is that the stock market has historically done 47 other times throughout history? So yes, indeed, I would consider it inevitable. All right. Is start to get really, really negative on the stock market. It wasn't till just a couple weeks ago, I had a few people come to the channel and they were like, Ryan, man, you were really, really impactful on us when the market was getting really, really volatile in March. And I sat back for a second. I was like, I didn't really realize that. I really didn't. I was doing what I had always done before and had mentally prepared for years because I had evolved into my risk tolerance, right? And evidently helped a lot of people kind of weather that storm a little bit, stay true to your program. If you were, in fact, one of those people, I wouldn't ask for a thank you. I would ask for just a little bit of self-reflection and say, yeah, man, I was getting kind of worried there for a second, man. I mean, the Dow was at 28 and boom, seemingly a couple weeks later, it's at 18. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of support was really nice because I really wasn't having a whole lot of fun with this investing gig. Going to be honest with you guys, investing in and of itself sometimes is not fun. And it takes somebody like myself and a few others as well in the community who I'll name here shortly that do a really good job of trying to present investing in the way that it needs to be presented. It's not a game. It is very serious. Can it be fun? Absolutely. Absolutely, it can be fun. And I feel like myself and some of these other ambassadors of self-directed investing here are pushing the envelope in providing resources like this and many others that are making investing a lot more fun. But I think the real root to the takeaway is if you're looking to set your investment on a shelf and just forget about it and not take any invested involvement in your program, you're probably going to fail. And that's exactly what ended up happening in these two cases. Those folks that justified putting their money to work with a robo advisory, they had no vested interest. It wasn't really part of them. They didn't take the time in really understanding why they're doing it, other than the fact that they just wanted to put it away and forget about it. Both of those individuals sold out of the market probably never to invest again, because it was all good while things were going up, but the expectation was such that that portfolio would continue to perform over time. And when the market decided to hiccup a little bit, it was time for them to take their exit pass, because they didn't have any support structure there whatsoever. They didn't have any understanding of what the totality of investing meant for them. And make no mistake, guys, the more vested you can become on your program, the better chance you're going to have on doing the one thing that you have to do to succeed in investing, and that is hold. It really is. If you're going to act on emotion and you're going to sell during times of volatility, this gig is not for you, or you need to recheck the amount of scale that you have in the stock market. Okay. Recheck, always reevaluating whether or not your program makes sense for you. So the theme tonight is going to be talking about some of my philosophies on investing. I do want to take a quick moment and go through some of the comments, some awesome comments. We're just killing it, man. The websites are done. So if you guys are interested in kicking over, I do recommend the Facebook group as kind of a launching point. All right. I'm going to be a lot more active in there. Kick over there from the home screen of the YouTube channel, Independent Investor channel, and you can kick in. All right. Use the code word lightning so I can know that you're not a Bitcoin spammer. All right. And I can give you VIP access to the Facebook group. If you want to layer up on your program, you can visit us on independentinvestorgroup.com. That product is built out, and I couldn't be more excited, man. I've had so much positive feedback, and I tell you what, that means a lot to me, because anybody who knows me throughout the course of this channel has known that my goal from the beginning has been to empower investors. But I think there's a few people out there, if not a lot of people, that require a lot more attention, not because they need it, but because they want it. And kudos to me for rolling it out. Kudos to me for rolling it out a little bit later after we've got a nice established base, a nice loyal community that know where I'm coming from and know where my intention is with that product. So for those that have already made their way into that group, I've just rolled it out and made part of that package a 30-minute Zoom meeting with me as part of that package. That's priceless. You can't put a value on what I can do in a matter of minutes, one-on-one, in a Q&A with me. If you think I'm aggressive during the live stream, don't be intimidated. I don't bite, but we are going to get you where you need to go. We are going to sharpen what you already believe about your current program. And when you have the opportunity to throw it my way and get a second set of eyes to take a look at what you got, perhaps maybe we can kick over a few stones and look to improve upon your program. So that's with the Premier Lifetime. There's folks that are already hitting me up. I'm super stoked to do that. It takes us to another level of understanding where you guys are coming from, what you need. Special shout out to Mr. Bob Wright, who, in all honesty, man, I'll talk from the heart, has been just a devout subscriber, a devout friend of the channel, and just a staunch supporter of not only me, but this community. And it takes incredible people like that, man, that by his admissions, a little bit crabby. And I like that, because I'm a little bit crabby myself. I don't like to waste my freaking time. I like to come on here. I like to get down and dirty in the trenches. And Bob Wright kind of epitomizes that. And be quite honest with you, I think he sees a little bit in that in me, because I don't think he would waste his time coming on and taking part in this awesome community if we didn't have a lot of value to offer. All Good is in the group tonight. I put her in the same exact category. I think the spiritual leader of the group, and she said she's never missed a live stream. I can't dispute that. I really can't. And it's just awesome to see you, and your involvement in this community cannot be understated. You're just a pivotal part, a spiritual leader of this group, and I just can't thank you enough for being part of it, man. So very, very cool. So I'm going to scroll down here and try to cherry pick some of these comments. Obviously, I can't get to all of them. I've got Financial Awareness who kicked on before the stream tonight, said hello. So hope all is well with you, Kyle, you and the family, man. Very cool. Appreciate you kicking on tonight. Very cool. Proper 19, I think, said that they got the first thumbs up tonight. So kudos to you. I'll have that gift certificate in the mail for you for sure. So that's awesome. You win the prize. That's awesome. Says I can't thank you enough. Well, I tell you what, I don't know if there's a whole hell of a lot of social media platforms we could continue to roll out. But if anybody has anything, I guess I need to go on Pinterest. I don't know what it is. Rakuten. Maybe I need to start a independent investor channel, Rakuten website, maybe something like that. No, but we have 2 websites, a podcast, Instagram, Twitter, 2 Facebook, a page and a group, and a partridge in a pear tree. So we do roll out plenty of opportunity for you guys. And hell, if there's a stone that's unturned, I'll try to find it for you guys. I'm finding that a lot of people like to consume their content in a lot of different ways. I have subscribers that are exclusively hitting me up for the podcast. One of my niche favorite products to roll out, and that's going to be with me the rest of my life. I'm obviously hungry. I'm off my rest time right now, so I'm rolling out a lot of content right now. That will continue, and I'm just on my wave. And when the tide ebbs, I'll take a break. Very simple. Investing will roll on. Okay. We don't need to be any rush on this project. We're rolling out the best we can, for sure. The opportunity to try to reach as many people as we can to help those folks identify what it is they can do, whether it be an attribute for somebody that's 18 years old that just needs a little bit of shepherding, a little bit of guidance, and a little bit of tutelage, a little bit of introduction to the stock market. What is this big thing that everybody's talking about every day? Or it could be the individual in their 60s, man. Maybe they've already launched into retirement and they're enjoying their time and chilling out. Investing is just as much for you, if not more. Quite frankly, we don't exclude anybody from taking advantage of the fruits of the stock market. There's a reason for that. It's not my opinion. It's because I get that validation from people who are, in fact, enjoying the fruits of the stock market at all ages. And it's amazing to me how some of my older community, they get it because they got a few life lessons under their belt. And equally so, some of my younger crowd that are super, super savvy. I saw Blood Phantom in the group as well. So shout out. That's another example of just one of those investors, man. It's going to be great to see Alex make his way and to all kinds of success. And us in this community, we get to sit back and enjoy that for others. Maybe we get to enjoy a little dab of success ourselves. But success in and of itself, when you participate in the stock market, is expected. So don't be surprised when it happens either. As long as you can adopt some of these philosophies, tried and true, be true to your program, be true to those philosophies that you're trying to define for yourself, because I do, in fact, insist that investing is for all people, as long as you can align that philosophy with what is going to work for you. You give me a Map Money program, I'll succeed. You give me a Beanstocks, I'll succeed. You give me any one of these other programs, man. You give me a JMac investing portfolio, I'll succeed at that as well, and vice versa, right? I would say the same about Jason. Shout out to JMac. Wednesday night, he actually said I was his mentor. Jason, please, I'm your friend through YouTube. And if you've listened to me long enough, the one thing I saw the first time that I saw you is that, number one, you are a good person, family person. You were fairly new to investing, but you had all the tools, man, to take this thing and run with it. Okay. Maybe a little bit of shepherding. Great. You're welcome. But your best mentor in investing is always going to be yourself. You're going to be the one that's pulling that trigger. You're going to be the one that's hitting that buy or sell button. You're going to be the ones that's making that decision. It's not going to be me in any of your capacities. I won't do that. And nor will I profess to work in that capacity. I won't. This is a YouTube channel. We talk about finances and investing philosophies for awareness and awareness only. And if you hear the message correctly, even in my bare feet, bare feet, because I believe this topic can be so broken down and not so understood as so serious all the time. We can have fun with it and you can succeed at it. All right. So shout out to my boy Jason, man. He's my brother from another mother, man. But I appreciated the words. I really did. It's not necessary. It's not. When I see somebody with as much potential as Jason come along and some of these other investors in the group, and I see them succeeding, they're doing exactly what it is that I thought was going to be possible. And I think Jason's staring down six figures, if not already there. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. And the cool thing about it, really, the trade-off, interestingly enough, if I am the mentor, has been provided some awareness piece on one of my nicest performers over the last week or so anyway. Hyliion's been on fire, working some deals. It just did a new deal with the leasing company here in North America. It's freaking huge. And I question, would I have been provided that awareness piece if it wasn't for JMac Investing? I think the honest rhetorical answer to my own question is no. No, I wouldn't have. So we're stronger together, no doubt about it. So big shout out to Jason and JMac as well. Very cool. Bob, thanks for the convo before as well. Very cool. I think David was coming on and he was, giving me some crap about buying Tesla. I've already sold it. I think I owned it for a couple of days. I made a quick grand. I bought it at a good time. I bought it 15 something, sold it at 18. So who knows? Who cares, really? Whoop-de-doo. Does it mean I'm a bad investor? I don't know. Good luck with that if you'd like to deem me as such. I made $1,000 in a couple days, and half of that was tax protected, half in the taxable. Added half a share back into the aggressive growth portfolio, and we'll live to fight another day, right? Wow, did I just address 3 wins with Tesla? Win, win, win. Not bad on a stock that has triple sell ratings on it and a price target of 900. Man alive, are they getting that thing wrong? But happy is an investment. Happy is an emotion in investing. And I typically don't get happy with making money. I'm more interested in entering into a plan and seeing that plan materialize. I'll let that sink in for a second. All right. Yeah. I'm not one of those YouTubers to come on here and jump up and down and be like, I'm up $5,000 on Hyliion. I'm the greatest investor ever. No, actually, I'll come on and take a step back and say that investment doesn't make sense for a lot of people. It can make sense for you if it makes sense for you. All right. Get a hold of me and ask me. My answer might surprise you. Yeah, I like the company. I think fundamentally, it's one of the few SPACs out there that I can grab some fundamentals and get freaking excited about, man. Yeah, it really is. It's really exciting. I'm very excited about the board. I think Healy's making all the right connections. I'm super stoked on the CFO as well. They're going after an enormous addressable market. They're on the right side of the initiative, going after the #1 carbon polluter on this earth, guys. I don't know. The stars are aligning. That's usually when the carpet falls out from under you. But I don't know if I've ever been as bullish on a company this early in the game. I mean, I'm bullish on J&J, but that's a company that's easy to become bullish on. But yeah, Hyliion's done quite well. Again, I take it tongue in cheek. You're not going to hear me come on here and jump up and down and put a clown suit on and start singing to you guys. I'm not going to do that. It's just a freaking investment. Okay, no more, no less. But congratulations to you guys that are actually involved in the company. I really do see this being it is a long-term holding for me. I do have an investable piece to the company, and then I'll probably retain 100 shares after I render the profit that I want off of it. I'm super excited to watch those prospects. So that's my Tesla rant for the night, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Some of the investing philosophy, I was just jotting down some of the things that I think if it captures you. I think I've talked to some of you guys in the community, and I think consolidation was one of those investing philosophies that can work for you. Like you were kind of scattered around a little bit. So fine-tuning your discipline. Does investing make you a little bit more disciplined on what you buy? Does it make you focus on those things that really are important? And I do contend that a lot of those things are actually the things that are the most enjoyable, to be honest with you. The older that I get, the more I gravitate to health and fitness and diet. I'm a better investor because I go box every day. I don't know. You guys think about that if you'd like. That's fine. You don't come on here to get a carbon copy opinion. You come on here to get a unique opinion. And I don't know if there's a whole lot of investors on YouTube talking about, hey, if you want to become a better investor, start punching the bag a little bit. Start doing a little stress relief. Take the all good approach and get Zen. It'll make you a better investor. Shout out to Matt Money. He dropped a very, very good soundbite in my group this morning. It was very good. And I don't really understand if he has some sort of spiritual insight at his age. I think he's 28, but man, I'm glad to know that guy. Freak. He's got perspective beyond his years. The perspectives is right between his ears. And Matt will succeed in investing, not necessarily because of the pile of money. Okay. He'll be fine. The question is how much. Okay. And that will come down to what's in between his ears. And the scary part about that is he knows it. And the cool part about it is he's not afraid to share it with others. And I'm super, super stoked, man, because Matt's in that rare company of folks that I hold in the highest category with regard to investing discipline and getting this thing right. So if you don't resonate with my message, you can absolutely search out a dozen or so of the content creators that are in this group tonight. I'm going to try to shout them out as I scroll through and make sure that you find that right fit for you. Because unlike the Betterment program where you put your program on a shelf and forget it, we jump right into the investing swimming pool and we wait around for a while and we wave at each other and we're like, hey, how's it going? How's that portfolio going? Yeah, it's really good, man. Hey, are you succeeding? Yeah, I'm succeeding. How about you? Hey, all right. We can swim together in the pool of success. Isn't that lovely how we can do that? Upping the investment conversation, making it more of the conversation, not coming up with excuses as to why it needs to be less of a conversation. And again, doing it with bare feet and no teleprompter, I might add as well. I can actually think for myself. See, I've got a little bit between the ears as well, just like my friend Matt. Okay. So that's the beauty of it. That is the beauty of it. The power of social media in pushing out this opportunity and providing maybe in some capacities support for those investors, maybe even support for some of those investors that have been doing this a long time. And that's what makes us stronger together, man. It's really going to prepare us for what the stock market has in store for us on the horizon. So I took a little bit different prism over this community here recently, and it's evolving and growing into a place that is really, really exciting. It really is. And I hope you guys feel the same. Absolutely. I got Larry Massa in the group as well. It's old school, man. It's nice to see some of these folks. I did see Noella as well kick in here. I think Noella has been with the Independent Investor channel since we were a little baby channel. We were still I2, but we were little baby I2 with like no subscribers. But Noella's been with me for a long, long time. And those relationships, man, they don't go away. They don't. There's been people that have come and gone on the channel, certainly. That's fine. If this isn't for you and you have better things to do on your Friday evening than to come and party with me, both backstage and on the live stream, go do it. I wish you all the well. I really do. Nothing but positivity here as we march toward every single one of our financial goals, deploying philosophies that make sense for everybody. You betcha. Cleaning up some of those bad habits. Got on the conversation this week about how crazy we are as Americans specifically. I'm pretty critical of Americans because sometimes we don't realize that investing, it's not a right. Okay. Not everybody is going to get to do this. I have people from other countries that tune into my live stream after the fact that don't have access to the stuff that we have access to. So keep it in check. Understand it to be a freaking luxury. It is. It is. And be humble. There's a reason why I don't come on and, again, do the clown suit, dance up and down with a freaking big red nose. It's because there's a lot of people around the world that don't have this opportunity to speak lightly, to speak a little bit more heavily. There's a lot of people out in the world that don't have shelter, and they don't have food, and they don't have water, and they don't have power. All right. So let's keep the investing opportunity within check a little bit. Keep it with a little bit of perspective. All right. It is an absolute incredible opportunity to participate in the market. And if you are going to participate, all I ask is that you look to find that one or two or six philosophies that work for you and stick with them over the long term. If you need to come up with some commandments that you need to abide by, you need to write them down. It's another thing that I mentioned to help you guys, some rules and some must-haves. And an example of a rule is never sell out of panic. Something that helps me in a market downturn when the market was going through March. How many of you guys found yourself looking at the market more instead of less? Try looking at it less. Looking at it more is not going to change the outcome. I can tell you that much right now. And a lot of you guys are like, yeah, I get it, Ryan. Well, it's a lot easier said than done. You know how much negative lingo I have coming through the channel right now as an investor? Zero. It's because everybody and their mother is tripping and falling into some success. Everybody and their mother is finding out that they can come out with a highly on video every single day and they can blow their channel up. Awesome to you as well. It's great. I tip my hat to you. You've worked hard for those subscribers. I would give kudos to the original gangster, and that would be J-Mac, who's the original. All right. So everybody else, all you pretenders out there, all right, come and pay some homage to the original. All right. So come up with some original stuff, please. Have something that you can really offer for your audience's benefit, please, for once. All right. I don't need to see a highly on video every single day. I really don't. How about thinking of something else along the lines of fundamental stock market investing? How about that? How about you think a little bit more below the surface on what's actually going to get people off the sideline, right? How do we do that? Do we talk about things that are just attractive to everybody? Penny stocks, etc., Bitcoin, all right? I could go on and on and on about all the crazes right now. Let me give you a word of advice. Don't try to make the stock market more than what it is. Yeah. You'll sleep easier at night, trust me. All right. Keep this thing in check. Keep it in perspective, man. All right. Your investing philosophy, honestly, man, it can also help you get a little bit of control over some debt in your life as well. So you want to make sure that you're always making sure that your fitness for the market remains at a high level. Okay. What's deemed a healthy debt to income ratio is 20% in this country. I think it's stupid. How about you make it 0? Okay. Make it 0. Okay. And then all of your free capital, all of your surplus capital can go to an investing program, a wealth building program for you, and not being consumed by the vacuum of negative interest rates. Whoopee! There's an idea for you. How about you spend less than you earn? I know. Blow your mind away. I know. That's why you come into the live stream, man, to get all these amazing ideas that nobody's ever heard of. Freaking everybody's heard about it, man. Just nobody can do it. It's amazing. My boy Christopher Blaine, who's hooking up the community, keeping us nice and spicy. I love it, man. I use one drip of that stuff. That bottle that you sent me, my brother, will last probably 20 years. I'm not kidding you, because it lights my hair. My hair get lights on fire when I eat it. Is that what it's supposed to do? I don't know. It's a pretty amazing recipe, man. But all the best to Mr. Christopher Blaine, who's also just been awesome supporter of the channel, man. I got Dave here, who is always an early bird featured channel of mine as well. Why? Because he's an advocate of personal wealth. Really simple. He would tell you the same. And he's also one of the most humble people that I've come across on YouTube as well. He's kind of like yeah, hey, I made some money here. Yeah, I did. I had some success. And in the wrong hands of some YouTube channel creators, they would just be like, oh my God, David's a god. He's not a god. He would tell you the same. He's just an investor and a really, really good one at that. So check out his channel, man, for sure. Appreciate you making your way on, Dave, for sure, man. Good friend of the Independent Investor channel. Very, very sweet. I'm going to cruise down here. I got Mr. Chris J in the group here. I hope you're doing well. I am doing well. I'm fired up. I took a good stint away from the channel. You guys that do subscribe to my message know that I do that on occasion. I don't press when I don't feel like pressing. So actually, I'm doing super good. Thank you for asking. I hope all is well with you, man. Looking to spread the word on personal empowerment. This message goes beyond investing, certainly. If you caught the message of becoming a boxer, maybe upping your ability to hit the bench press a little bit, I should challenge Rico Suave Investing to a bench press contest. I really should. Seriously, man, we should throw down and put the results on Instagram. I think it'd be fun. You guys remember Celebrity Deathmatch? I think it'd be fun. We're not celebrities. We're just YouTube channel creators, to be honest with you. I think we're all champions in our own world. I really do. But Rico Suave said he was part of the 225 club. I don't know, man. I think on a good day, I think I can hang. But I'm not sure, man. I don't know how that challenge is going to be going down, man, for sure. But Rico Suave is a good friend of the channel as well. But that is a challenge in all seriousness. So if he's hearing me, I'll give him a second to think about whether or not he wants to take on the Independent Investor channel at a physical fitness challenge rather than an investing channel, because I can't hang with him on the investing side of the house for sure. But yeah, bench press, I might be able to hang. So we'll see. We'll see if he takes me up on that challenge, man. Hit me up on Instagram, man, if you want to follow through with that. That'd be awesome. It'd be a lot of fun. Be an advocate, man, for personal fitness. If your mind is not right, and that was part of the message that Matt was trying to push through this morning, if your mind isn't right, it's not going to prepare you to make that right decision. You gotta be strong upstairs. All right. It's not about what you know. It's about how you react when the time to react right comes. Really simple. All right. And if you need some help understanding what that time is, and you think you're at that impasse, don't act or react until you reach out to some of us other savvy investors that have been around the block 2, 3, or 600 times. Reach out to us, man. We'll help you out. Okay. That's what this is all about for sure. There's my good friend for sure. I take it just a moment for sure. I feel better. It's all about breathing, right? All good. You just got to breathe. You got to kick on backstage with me one of these times. I'm super fired up, man, because I had one of my followers of the channel kick on with me before. And I won't even mention his name. If you paid attention, you'll know who it is. That was just an awesome conversation, man. It was really, really chill. Dividend driver James in the house, man, for sure. Welcome to you. I hope all is well with you, and hope you're finding that empowerment that you're looking for, man. That's always what I'm driving for. It's always what I'm driving for. Blood Phantom thinks he's first. I hate to break it to you. There was like 100 people in here before you, man. You gotta, and you're on the West Coast time, man. You don't really have any excuse. So figure it out. One of those young, sharp minds, an ambassador for the young people who need to get the hell off of the sidelines and get going on a program. I'm not saying you follow his strategy specifically, because it's he's got it figured out. He's somebody who's defined his own philosophy for himself and is succeeding at it, just like I am succeeding at mine, and Jason and Matt and, Kyle with financial awareness with Kay Scholl is succeeding, and Dave. You notice a theme here, guys? Success. And I did it without a suit and tie. Yeah, I did. I think I wear the same Nike shirt every live stream. I just like it because it's comfortable. Success. It's all about action. It's not about blah, blah, blah. You can blah, blah, blah yourself to 100,000 subscribers. I don't really see that as being the criteria. What I've always judged on is results. And if you're rendering success for yourself because you've defined that philosophy that works for you, you are in fact an empowered investor. And I tip my hat to you. I really do. Proper says the coffee's ready for sure. I'm fired up. No chai tea tonight. Whenever I drink coffee, I usually am running in like 6th gear. Yeah, on a racetrack. So feel very, very good tonight to be delivering the live stream. There's Jason. I was looking for him, man. He's covered up his deal like this, man. That's too bad. He's got the YouTube symbol in front of it. But did an awesome live stream with Kyle on Wednesday, putting down a good product every Wednesday for sure for 60 minutes. So just appreciate Jason's efforts, man, sharing the message about investing. That's what it's all about. It's really, really cool to see this level of success and how it just takes a few things, man, to just take that initial step. Hopefully the support that you can receive from this community can help you in whatever capacity you need help with. Perhaps maybe it is budget. Maybe it is one of those things that you don't want to engage in investing, but you need some help with spending and budget and maybe having a little sharper perspective on what in the holy hell is important in this life, right? Hopefully we're delivering on that, man. And I don't mean to come across as somebody who has all the answers, but I have the answers that work for me. And I would encourage each and every one of you to find those answers that work for you, finding those philosophies that work in the market for you, finding that strategy that works for you, that strategy, okay? What type of investor you want to be, what type of product you want to put in your account, all right? There's only so many products out there, mutual funds, stocks, ETFs, index funds, single stock, things like that. Those are the products. It's not an infinite amount of products. If you can define what type of product you want to invest in, whether it be a passive or an active investor, then you can help yourself determine what a portfolio can kind of look like for you. And it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be yours. All right. And unlike the portfolio that gets put on the shelf, those portfolios that you build for yourself, man, they have meaning. Okay. Jason talked about doing a little bit of trimming in the portfolio, right? Because that vision of where he wants that portfolio in the future didn't quite fit with where he wanted. He talked about the beta on one of his stocks, wanting to trim it out. That's the type of mentality that you want to go in. Go in with some ferocity and make strong decisions in the stock market, but don't be afraid to evolve with your program, okay? Don't be afraid to evolve with your tolerance to market. And again, not to come down on the robo-advisors, man, but that's the very problem in asking a brand new investor what their risk tolerance is or trying to determine that right up front. I think that's one of those things that needs to be an ever-evolving thing for the rest of your life. You should always be evolving your risk tolerance, whether it be taking on a little bit more risk or scaling back on some of that risk based on where you are in your life, being able to react to different injects in your life. Maybe money in the budget gets a little bit tight. Maybe you take a little bit of a pay cut at work. Now your risk tolerance should change a little bit, and the amount of risk that you took on before makes a lot less sense now, and you need to scale back a little bit. But saying that you can determine somebody's risk tolerance right up front is just about as close to asinine as I've ever heard. Okay. Investing needs to be one of those things that you ever evolve over time, and you'll be so much better for it. You really will. You'll be a lot more hungry for those opportunities. You won't get stale, and you'll always be paying attention to what is going to work for you. I think another one of those philosophies that kind of came out really didn't resonate with me, and I didn't have the note down until I talked to this backstage party member who had the backstage passes, was your purpose. Why are you doing this? Okay. Why? If you're doing it to put your money to sleep because you need more time, so you're identifying the importance of investing, but you want to put it away because you want to save yourself more time, I don't think that's good enough. I don't. Need to have an understanding and a purpose for everything that you do with regard to your accounts that you set up, whether or not you're layering on to an existing employer sponsored, right? Doing some individual accounts, why you start that account for the spouse, how many years you have, and what types of products are going to get to you to your goal. Okay. Have a purpose. And I'm going to give you a little insight. Have a little purpose in everything that you do. Everything, not just investing. You'll be so much happier. And you will wake up every single morning with an absolute purpose in your life, for sure. Let's scroll down here. I think I'm almost, you guys left me to it this week. And I do enjoy that for 60 minutes, being able to really clear the air, get some thoughts off of my mind. But I will start to close down the live stream tonight once I get through the end of this, for sure. But the parting thoughts, really, as you come in and you get this 60 minutes of financial peace every time I roll it out, every Friday, take away from it. Find one thing in your program. It doesn't have to be investing. Find one thing in your program that you can look at to improve upon. All right. Whether it be physical fitness, whether it be diet. You drinking too much Diet Coke? I used to. I don't drink it anymore. I invest in Coca-Cola. Okay. But pick that one vice, man, that you can kind of do away with. Think about that one improvement that you can make specifically to your portfolio. I made a couple of those improvements this week. Cut a little bit of what I felt was a run-up in valuation. I did sell Apple computers this week in the brokerage. That's fine. Rendered really good profit. It ran up really nicely. Did go ahead and sell that. Added in Broadcom, the position that I shouldn't have sold. Added some dividend income back in. Did pick up some Dana, ticker symbol DAN, and on a valuation play. That stock is probably going to be at 30 where it was. Really good, fairly small company, but nice little dividend to boot. But I'm really interested in what I saw with Dana. Added a few more positions as well. Added another 100 shares of Hyliion to my Roth IRA. So just to give you an idea of what I'm always looking at improving in my particular portfolio, I added Altria Group. That was the biggest one, I think, in the taxable brokerage account. The value there, that one sifted to the top of almost every metric that I looked at. So I do own, for the first time, both Philip Morris and Altria. I just felt like, from a valuation perspective, the dividend strength was really good, and to beef up the dividend offering in the taxable brokerage, that was one of those areas for improvement that I took this week. So I encourage you to do that. And once you take a concerted effort to always look for those improvements, it's going to be something that you become addicted to. I think All Good would agree with me on this. Yes, All Good would agree with me on this. It's okay to be addicted to those things that are good for you. Absolutely. You might want to think about cutting out maybe one or two of those vices. I don't know. I still hold on to a few. I really like coffee. But hey, you got to have a few vices in this life, man. I'm not looking to be a dud. Do what makes you happy, man. Just make sure that you stay healthy doing it. All right. So very cool, man. I just had a pile of comments pop in. It always does that, man. And Jerry says Diet Pepsi. I know, man. It's like the vice that you just got to do away with. It's just crazy. But you just got to pick that one thing that you can do away with, and that'll help you for sure. Kyle says, not sure I will sell my Apple shares, at least not until I have to someday. So yeah, I think you'd be okay. And like, here's the thing. The funny thing is, you don't have to tune into me and say, okay, because he did this, I have to do it. Heck no. I could justify owning Apple shares to the moon. Okay. I've owned Apple many, many times in my career, and most of the time it's been in the low teens for valuation. And right now, trading at 37, 38, Interesting. I'll live to fight another day. The funny thing about it is if you own any S&P 500 index, if you own any mutual fund, if you own any high large cap value, you own a little piece of Apple anyway. And I tell you what, for the sake of the stock market, I'd rather see Apple just continue to shoot to the moon. Okay. Not owning the shares directly, I will still be fine and I will make a pile of money indirectly in all of my other holdings. By continuing to own Apple. Apple will continue to be one of those stocks to buy and own forever. But me at the large position that I had, it makes sense. It made sense right here to go ahead and take that profit off the table. I'll monitor the name. We'll see where it goes. We're totally fine. If it continues to go up, I'll be wrong. If it goes down, maybe it'll turn out to be a right decision. That's fine. But at 38 times, I didn't mind parting ways. We went ahead and put a lot of cash to the side, and we put a lot of dividend income to work and a lot more value plays that I felt were a lot better value. Altria really was the flagship buy this week, to be honest with you. Bought a 100-share block of Altria just today, this morning. So got a good entry on it anyway. Yeah, that bourbon vice, right? Rohan Creek. And I'm pretty sure North Carolina, I think you're pretty close to that Kentucky product. So if you ever make your way over there, grab me some, because it's like, wow. It's like, oh my God, I'm alive. And it's good to be alive. It's that good. Rohan Creek. Greatest bourbon ever on the history of this earth, for sure. I'm probably going to have some bourbon connoisseurs be like, yeah, this is impossible, Ryan. It's $40 bottle. Trust me, man. It passes muster at a lot of good circles, man, for sure. It tricks a lot of people because it's that good, for sure. Very cool. So the coffee is good, man. All good says, yeah, totally agree. You got to breathe, right? Just like Mr. Miyagi said, man, you got to breathe, for sure. Very cool. This was a super, super entertaining live stream, guys. I'm going to set the table here. Kyle and Matt are going to queue it up on the next live stream as well. I'm going to drop an invite as well. I think there was at least one other who wanted to pop in here and do a little bit of a private conversation with me. I'll open that up. I have no problem. I'm going to drop the invite into the group right now. So that's available for you if you're still on. If you do want to take me up on that, the opportunity is there for you. I'd rather have not 94 people drop into the backstage. But please understand that if you don't get to talk to me after the stream, I'm always available prior to. I'm calling it the backstage party. And it is fun. Some people would prefer to come on, take the opportunity to rap with me a little bit in private. With regard to our formal products that we are rolling out, I've done a lot of work on the independentinvestorchannel.com website. If you guys feel so inclined, man, and you've been able to define a philosophy that you can put to work for yourself, and maybe you've been provided that awareness through my channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the Facebook group, man. It's not going to cost you a dime. Go check out the website, man. Click on the like button for me. All right. I've put my money to work to build those products and spent an awful lot of time, a lot more time than Kyle, I might add, who built my other website, independentinvestorgroup.com, which is where we roll out those exclusive products, unabated access to the Facebook group, access to myself with a 30-minute Zoom meeting. I'm not going to oversell that. I don't need to. Okay. People who really find that they can benefit from that will. It's my job to provide that opportunity for people. And it's amazing the response that I've got so far. Thank you for that. You'll get my undivided attention while we're doing that, because I understand that the implication at the end of that meeting can be life-changing. Absolutely. Make sure that you're on the path. And if you're slightly off the path a little bit, maybe we can get you back on the path and get you on the right path to that financial success. If you haven't kicked over, man, you want to make sure, hit me up on Twitter. That's fine. That's kind of my sacrificial lamb. I know Jason's killing it on Twitter. I still haven't quite figured it out, and that's totally fine. This is my bread and butter. I really enjoy this live stream. And but you kick over to some of those products. And specifically, I would ask this of you guys, And I don't ask for support for myself or any other content creators specifically very often. Most of you guys are subscribed to everybody in the group anyway. But if you'd be so kind as to go over and at least make yourself aware of the Independent Investor Podcast. I've got some things in the works that could be huge. So if you feel like if you're part of something special now, you might want to stick around because this might be big. Because I will impart to you this. For the folks that are subscribers to the message, and for the channel creators that have always come by and have always supported the message, I think you can say, rest assured, that I've always held true to my word. Always. I've been the same person since day one. I'm the same person tonight that I will be 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line when we're still doing this channel. I will have evolved, no doubt. I will have gotten better. I will have grown my portfolio that I declare to people, but I will still be the exact same person that I was before. And I think there's been a few people who have come across my message and they have resonated with that. They have resonated with the opportunity that I present, what I represent, coming from a place where I've had to earn my way the whole way. I've been given nothing. And I think there's a lot of people out there who are also rubbing pennies together that can also resonate with that message. For the people who come on and they see $407,000 built on a blue collar salary, maybe that hits home with them. Maybe it doesn't. But man, there's a lot of truth in that. There's a lot of invested dollars that have worked in an invested capacity. It hasn't been manufactured in any way, shape, or form. And there's been a few people that have come and have taken note. So kick over to the podcast. That might be something that you might want to be part of. But anybody who's part of the message for sure that has made their way in, you're all part of something special. And we'll keep driving to continue to find what it is that's going to work for you. If you can get what works for you from tuning in to the Independent Investor channel on schedule, uploads weekly, or you want to come in and you want to get that motivation from the Independent Investor channel live stream, do it. It's free. It's free. If you can find value in spending your time elsewhere, do that too. Because at the end of the day, I feel like at the end of the 60 minutes, which is the quickest 60 minutes on YouTube, at least for me, you get my best effort every single time. And I'll go the nth degree to try to make sure that if you're having some trouble identifying those philosophies that are going to work for you, that will help you get there. And if it's not going to be me, it's definitely going to be somebody else who's chiming in. I've name dropped a few of these folks for sure. And I see you there, Kyle. Very cool. I'll talk to you in just a sec. A few of these folks who have actually helped me. I name drop those folks like Matt specifically, and Kyle, who within the last couple months has just blown my mind away as far as how smart these guys are. The compliment that I gave Kyle was really, really simple. Sometimes you don't have to be the sharpest tool in the shed, but to know a lot of smart people is you'd probably be better served for it. And I couldn't agree with that more. I couldn't have done it without him. I really couldn't have. But where I can't get across on the message, man, I do have a lot of assistance within those groups, and you guys will be better for it. So if there's one of those problems that you're just not seeing how to find that solution, my company is Cornerstone Capital Solutions, and it's one of my favorite words because solution in and of itself means that at some point there was a problem, and we've identified a plan to put in place to identify a solution to render a result. And that's really how my brain works systematically. I'm not trying to take on the stock market by tackling this Tesla bear. Okay. I'm trying to tackle the stock market in its totality using all of the fundamental philosophies that I've evolved with over time. And I'm looking to share with you guys. Absolutely. And I'm glad to do it. So with that, guys, I don't know if there's a couple more comments that popped in here at the bottom. Really appreciate it. I get cut by sharp tools. Yes, that's not a good idea, Randy. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know if he's talking metaphorically there and alluding to his Tesla shares, but you keep killing it, man, for sure. Mr. Weber, appreciate all the best to you guys. So guys, with that, we're down to the last 1 minute, the 60-minute. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for letting me do this tonight by myself. I really appreciate it. However, we will continue to roll out the StreamYard opportunity, man. If you're not comfortable coming on the live stream with me, that's no problem. Kick on before, and we'll talk then. The whole idea is to get you the answers that you need, the solutions. So as we impart or depart, start to think about those things, man, that one thing that you can earmark for yourself to improve upon, and do it. All right. It's super, super cool, because as Noella can contend, once you're part of the independent investor community, man, it absolutely becomes part of you. It really does. And I feel that way, the same way about you guys. Stay tuned, guys. Next Friday, we'll be back Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock in the Independent Investor Channel live stream. Appreciate the heck out of you guys. Stay safe, stay well. We'll see you next week on the live stream. Take it easy, guys.